Hello, my name is Blazin' Zeddy, and this is a commentary video for my world record run of Neutral Story No Chaos Control Glitch, otherwise known as No CCG. I apologize for the quality of the footage. It's very shaky and not exactly the best. It's based off of composite footage. I didn't have my component cables around me at the time, so I hope you understand and can still enjoy the video. So, Neutral Story, no CCG. We start off in Westopolis like we do in all of our other speedruns of a story. And in this case, we just want to make a straight line across all normal missions. So in the beginning here, I'm actually going to be doing similar strats that I do in my any percent runs. And that's mainly just to get chaos control as fast as possible. Not to use chaos control glitch, but to skip a very hard section that doesn't need to be played through. We can just chaos control right through it. Pick up the gun here, shoot away. You may notice that I'm not playing on GameCube like I normally do. This is done on Xbox, mainly for a RTA advantage. But it also helps with loading in some areas. There's less opportunities for hang times. Like here could have been an opportunity for I just stay in the air and wait for Shadow or the game to load up the rest of the areas so Shadow can move properly. That doesn't really happen as often as it does on GameCube for Xbox. So we use Xbox for these type of runs. I'm going to use the machine gun here to blast away objects in my way. If you do it just right, you can get a really good time. Sub 130 was pretty amazing. I was very happy about that time when I got it.
Once I find all of the emeralds, then I'll find the truth.
So yeah, I guess I'll take this time to explain kind of what Chaos Control Glitch is for anyone who might not know when watching this video. Chaos Control Glitch is an exploit of a race condition in the game where you're able to enter a checkpoint menu and activate a Chaos power, either Chaos Blast or Chaos Control. It's not really helpful for Chaos Blast, it's very helpful for Chaos Control, as it freezes the timer for when Chaos Control ends, and you can have essentially infinite Chaos Control. The Xbox version, funny enough, does not allow you to use Chaos Control Glitch. The very small window we have to execute the race condition doesn't exist. The game like pulls for inputs faster, so it just doesn't happen. So this is Glyphic Canyon. I'm going to grab the Omashao gun here, and we're going to use it to not only take out the aliens for hero points, but to also blast away objects in our way. Another strat that I used to use, and you'll still see some people use, is using the egg vacuum. Using the egg vacuum lets you just vacuum up all the enemies in the stage. In this stage, every enemy can be vacuumed up with an egg vacuum. So it's a very nice weapon to have. Doesn't require aiming. It's usually a pretty safe weapon. Omashao gun requires a little more aim and being a lot more conservative with ammo. So here I'm running a little bit low on ammo. I'm trying to avoid using ammo when possible. Another thing that's nice about the Omashao gun is that it has a ricochet effect, where it'll start bouncing from enemy to enemy, which makes it easy. There's a strategy here where we can launch ourselves off of one of the pillars to get to the section I just passed, instead of having to go around the entire loop. It's not exactly RTA, definitely not marathon safe, but I just found that I preferred using this loop. It's not that much slower. It's a lot more consistent. And in a game like Shadow the Hedgehog, consistency is just something you want. Because once you build up the consistency, you can then work on how do I make this faster. Because there's not a whole lot of RNG involved in these stages. It's just all the enemies in the right places at the right time. There might be some movement differences based on an enemy's random movement, but For the most part, everyone's exactly where they should be. Gonna do a spin dash right here on that slope so that I can bypass that section of enemies. There's a lot of larvae on the ground. If I had the egg vacuum, I would just vacuum it all up and just keep running straight, but not something I can do reliably with the Omochao gun, so we just jump over it. Another thing I should point out with Xbox Advantage and RTA setting, not only are loading times faster for loading in between levels, there's no auto-saving screen, which saves a good, what, 4, maybe 3 seconds. And then the result screens actually happens faster, a good 1.5 seconds faster. So just playing on Xbox gives you at least a 7-second time save compared to like a GameCube, and just in between levels for free. Alright, so here's Prison Island. We are going to focus on getting Chaos Control, not in the same way we would for any percent. In this case, we're gonna just have enough to get past one of the sections further on. So with any percent, you need to make your way backwards. In no CCG, you can just keep going forward and start attacking the enemies ahead of you. So you don't need to attack as many enemies. I accidentally dropped my Omochao gun here because I thought I had enough points. I did not. So we're going to Chaos Control past this section. We're out of meter, but this section kind of has like a, you get to keep going with Chaos Control. That's a normal hang time spot on GameCube, so another reason to run on Xbox. So we grab the Chaos Blast Orb, or the Dark Power Orb. This gives us Dark Shadow, which is nice for infinite ammo to just blast our way through things. And then invincibility, so we can just run across the acid path. I'm going to try to use the Light Dash here to go faster, but that mech robot was in my way. I could not reliably Light Dash without running right into him, so I just opted not to.
I found it. The fourth
So
emerald.
a few mistakes here I wish I didn't make, but overall not too shabby. Okay, next up is Sky Troops. So Sky Troops is pretty different than the 80% route. Mainly because we're not trying to get Chaos Control before the second checkpoint. We're kind of waiting until we get to one of the mech jumping sections to kind of skip that whole section. So I will be opting instead to grab the Shadow Rifle and use that to take out a bunch of aliens, mainly the Black Oak enemies, the giant golem-like aliens. Take them out in one shot. We do a spin dash here because it's faster than going up and then coming down with the ramp. Alright, so here's the first mech jumping section. I've tried a few ways of going about this section. I haven't really found anything that's really faster than what I'm doing here. This is kind of just something I've been doing since I've been playing the game. It's fast enough. Spin dash through that because Rocket's slower, kind of for the same reasons we skipped the ramp earlier. Gonna shoot these guys. Homing attack these guys just for saving on ammo. I'm gonna do a spin dash here because we don't want to wait for the wait. Alright, we're right at just the right amount of Chaos Control, except not. We're just shy, I believe. Yeah, we're just shy. I ended up dropping the weapon because I thought, I have this. There's no reason to try to go grab another enemy. I'm just gonna use it right away. That didn't end up being the case. So not only that, I had to go kill another enemy, and because I was probably way lower on ammo, it was probably good that I didn't have the right count. You can go through this entire stage with just a single set of ammo for the shadow rifle, but if you take too many shots or you miss a few, you have to take a few extra, you're going to be off count, and you have to grab some extra. So this next section here is going to be a little bit scary. There's 3 enemies. I need to kill all 3 and then jump off the ledge. Which, if I am for some reason short on points, that is me dying. It's pretty safe though. I ran out of chaos control, or you can go through that section with like a pixel of chaos control in your timer, and you'll be fine. Nothing to worry about there. So just having chaos control is nice. Getting a 250 time here is pretty good. I believe this was the fastest I've done it
You're not getting away from
in a natural run. I believe one of our other runners, John Super Emerald, said he got a 249. So I think it can go down a little bit further than that, but not by a whole lot. Okay, so here's Iron Jungle. There's 2 ways to kind of do the stage. I'm opting to do the dark portion, where we kind of do the same route we do for our dark missions in this stage, where I'm going to be killing all of these egg pawns. I died. That was a very unfortunate death, but what can you do but continue to run? Yeah, I'm going to kill all the egg pawns along the way up until the elevator section, which I'll be skipping. It's just so that I have chaos control at the most opportune time. So like I said, there's another route. It's more of the normal mission route, kind of used for our any percent run. If you can get chaos control pretty soon here, and you can use it to skip a section and kind of just run the rest of the way over. But I found that this strat I'm using here allows me to catch an earlier cycle, not just because I had the Omochao gun, but because it just sets you up for a better attack on it. So I'm going to kill a few more egg pawns here and there. And then we're going to grab the last one here. So what's nice about this chaos control here is that it actually lets you skip a whole lot of the stage. Normally you'd be running across this whole thing, but with this strat you can just come down here, do a quick spin dash jump to this rocket, and you're at the end. So I'm going to use my Omochao gun to kill the enemies in my way here. Get on to the weight at the right cycle. Made a little bit of an early jump, but that's fine. And like that is Iron Jungle.
Now, Doctor, you will tell me everything.
Alright, so next up is going to be a mid-boss fight. It's actually stupidly easy. Like, if you blink, you might miss it. Stupidly easy. Basically, just turn around to this Gatling gun turret thing you probably didn't know about as a kid, and just fire away. The secret here is to actually mash the B button, or in my case, it's the X button. But you mash the fire button as fast as possible to get more shots off. Just holding down the fire button will get the kill, but it'll be super slow. I average around under 6.5 seconds for that fight in game time. We have other runners, predominantly Silver Sonic, can get his time down to under 6 seconds, which is just beyond amazing in my eyes. I've seen him do it live. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it, like, actually, physically. So here's Lava Shelter. Made a little mistake there.
left thumbstick.
Gonna go across this rail. I'm basically going to opt to not gather any chaos control points. I've messed around with some strats of using chaos control. I've gotten times faster than the time I get in this stage, but I haven't gotten them recently, and it's like I've gotten my goal time maybe once. So instead of hoping for that one run I get it right, I'm going to go for the more consistent, just run the stage, go fast. This section here is kind of scary. If you are too close to the lava, once you land onto the other platform, you'll die. So, it takes a lot of training to really get that down. Okay, gonna do. So what you do there is you hold a spin. You charge a spin dash. Charging a spin dash lets you get onto the rail at maximum speed. I had accidentally landed on a checkpoint, and that cost some time loss. Funny enough, that won't actually affect the overall time. We're gonna start working on timing all of our no chaos control glitch runs by in-game time pretty soon here, as of the making of this video. In-game time will just make it a lot more fair for all the different consoles. Kind of allows PS2 players to have a chance at the game, a fair chance, that is. It's a lot easier, it's a lot more reliable, like really reliable to run by in-game time for no chaos control glitch, because chaos control glitch freezes your timer, and you can get different in-game times and different real times, and they just don't match up at all. Alright, so coming up is probably the most impressive part of this run, which is a near perfect egg dealer fight. Best RNG you can ask for. Perfect positioning of egg dealer between you and egg dealer. I could not ask for a better fight, which is gonna make ever running this category again stupid. I'll probably never run against my PB splits again if I ever do this category again. So you want to get either, you don't want to get bombs. Of all the options you can get, you don't want bombs. And then doing so, he will be able to cancel it out himself, like so. And then you can have a chance at getting Shadow Fever right here. Ideally in this position. So you just jump up, mash that B button, you have infinite ammo, kill the guy. Alright, so I'm not confident enough to try to attack him for the rest of the way. I just don't have the skill for it either. Getting bombs here is amazing because it lets me finish him off really quickly as I just keep firing on him. Bombs take out the rest of the health. A 39 time is amazing here. I'm sure some IL attempters,
Doctor, but this is the end for you.
IL speedrunners would dream for a time like that. Just trying to use normal, like just using their strats, which actually has a nice handicap they take advantage of. But yeah, this is no CCG, neutral story, completed in 18 minutes and 13 seconds, which was not a time I was expecting to get anytime soon. But we got it.
Finally,
My sum of best suggests that if everything goes perfectly, a sub 18 minute time is possible in real time. As far as RTA goes, I'm not so sure. But yeah, that was Neutral Story, no CCG. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, have fun with the credits, and hopefully I'll see you around for either one of my live streams or one of my other videos. So yeah, take care, guys.